Hello, everyone. Welcome to my newest psychic tarot reading on the future of unemployment in 2025 and beyond. A lot of people are struggling. The interesting position that I'm in is a lot of you come to me from readings for reading. A lot of you come to me for readings worldwide, and people are struggling worldwide. So it's not just America, it is worldwide, but people are struggling and going through hardship. So let's go ahead and see what the future of unemployment is. Thank you all for being here. I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, an astrologer, and a medium. If you would like to book a reading with me, I am available. You can text me, of course, at 703-791-9162 if you would like to book a reading with me. You can also visit my website, of course, lamartownsendtarot.com. That would be the best place to reach me if you would like to book a reading. Hi, Keisha. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a reading, let me go ahead and show you my website really quickly for those who would be interested. This is my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. All right. You can also follow me on my social media pages, Instagram and Facebook, where I do daily or weekly horoscopes. And if you would like to book a reading with me, go to the store section. This is where you can go to view everything I offer. I offer email readings, video recorded readings, past life readings, birth chart readings, including individual compatibility and 12-month ahead birth chart readings. Birth chart readings, video recorded readings, email readings are all sent to your email. I also do offer candles, open roads, protection, cleansing, success in finances, success in love candles, cleansing candles, custom candles. I also do offer mediumship readings, past life readings, merch, including handmade evil eye bracelets, which I'm shipping some out today officially. I just sent out orders with for evil eye bracelets with tracking, so some of y'all got your tracking information today. I also offer classes. I actually need to set up a time with one of you all. I just remember that. Anyways, tarot classes, astrology classes, spiritual development classes, and so much more. If you'd be interested in any of these things, then definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I am available and I would love to read for you. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Positively A. Hi, Super Queen B45. I love that name. Hi, Keisha again. Hi, Starseed Patty. Hi, Starseed Patty. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. All right, you all. Let's get into the future of unemployment. Hi, Dolores. Thank you for being here. Hi, Lamar. Good to see you on this evening. Yes. I've been really busy behind the scenes. I've also been taking care of my self-love and self-care routine during this Mercury retrograde, because this Mercury retrograde has been an interesting one. All right. But I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. Once again, incorporating self-love and self-care, because it is important, especially during this time. Especially during this time of unemployment. Now, once again, I know a lot of you do come to me for readings. Some of y'all will come to me with y'all's last, right? And a lot of you have been lately asking about unemployment. When will you find a job? What's going to happen with your current job? So I figured I'd come on and talk about this current situation, because it ain't going anywhere. And Trump's tariffs are officially going into effect soon. Did you hear about that? Now, I've done so many readings on the tariffs. I didn't want to talk about the tariffs today. I could have, because they just went into effect. But, child, we need a break. And I figured, let's talk about unemployment. Let's talk about something productive, right? But the tariffs are going into effect officially. All right? Google it. Look it up. So, let's see what's going on with the future of unemployment. Hey Lamar, this is Patty Gemini. I'm on my other YouTube. Do you do kids on the birth chart reading on kids? Yes, I do birth chart reading on kids. I think it's really good to get kids reading for their future. I do obviously depends on how old. I mean, yeah, I do readings on kids, but obviously everything would have to go through the adult, the parent. That's just my main thing. So as long as everything is going through the adult or the parent, I'm good. Yeah, I'll do a reading on your child. All right. Period. So yes, thank you all for being here. let's get into the future of unemployment worldwide once again. So if you are living in the world and you're dealing with this situation, or you know someone dealing with this situation, let's talk about it, okay? But yes, Patty, if you want me to do it, oh yeah, Patty, because I know you just recently had, oh wait, child. Speaking of child, let me pull up the chat because now I feel like I'm talking to myself. Hold on. I need y'all to see who I'm talking to. There we go. Okay. So yes, Patty, if you want me to do a reading on one of your kids, I can absolutely do that because I know it'll be through you. But I also know you just recently had a kid, so congratulations on that. And I hope them babies are doing amazing. All right. Okay, let's get into the future of unemployment. And also let's get into how we can get out of unemployment. How can we get out of this situation? Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of these decks from any past reading. In Jesus' name I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, and amen. All right. Let's see what is coming up for. He's one. He's about to be two in October. Oh, wow. He's an October baby. Wow. Cha. So he's either a Scorpio or a Libra. Interesting. He's talking and everything. Wow. Interesting. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Bonita says yes. How can we? Yes. Okay, let's get into it. Let's just first of all get into the future. What's the future of unemployment, Spirit? Worldwide. What is the future of unemployment worldwide? Thank you for giving us clarity and insight, Spirit. In the name of Jesus, thank you for protecting this space, making this a space of inclusivity for everyone. Interesting. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles shows up. So there are opportunities out there, but it kind of comes across as for some people you may have to make the opportunity or you may have to seek the opportunities. This is not a season where this is not a season where anything is going to fall in your lap. You have to make things happen. Even if you're an entrepreneur or business owner. This is not a season where things are going to fall into your lap, opportunity wise, in terms of money, finances, stability, unfortunately. Period. And that's from the gamut up, from the bottom, from the poor to the poorest, up to the toppest. You know, what's going to be the future of unemployment, Spirit, worldwide? Scorpio. Oh, he's a Scorpio child. No wonder he's already talking. Because he's already perceiving. That makes so much sense. Hi, Susan. Thank you for being here. Child, he been perceiving. He's just now talking. So that makes a lot of, or maybe he's just now talking. I don't know. Anyway, what is the future of unemployment? Ace of Swords shows up. Ace of Swords is enlightenment. The best thing you can do in this season of unemployment is to be knowledgeable about self and where you fall in the hierarchy and the ranks. Remember they were talking about essential workers? Back then it meant something different. Now it means something even more different. The question is, are you an essential worker? And if you're not an essential worker, how can you become an essential worker? Because remember, the essential workers were the ones that were given some sort of grace to survive and maintain to some degree through the pandemic. I know that word's a trigger, but it is what it is, right? This is why part of why we're here where we are now, right? Are you an essential worker? Are you essential in what you do? If you were to be taken out of the situation, out of the aspect, would that make an impact? Because that's what you want to be in this season. You want to make an impact. You want to be an essential worker. If you don't show up, it all hell breaks loose, right? That's what you want to be in this season. Bonita says, I was wrongfully terminated, but I have no proof because I didn't do my due diligence and document everything. Bonita, have you gotten a reading from me? Bonita, if anyone has ever gotten a reading from me and y'all are dealing with that type of situation, usually the number one thing I will say and see in the cards is document everything. Period. Speaking of document everything, this is also a card of document everything. That's a good point, Bonita. If you're in a situation where you are working for other people, but even just in general, document everything. Period. Me, myself, I document everything. When I complete your readings and your orders, I send you receipts. When your order's in progress, I send you receipts with your order number, with your email, with your name that you paid with. I don't play when it comes to documenting everything. Period. The way documenting everything has saved my booty a numerous of times when just things go haywire technologically wise, or just like it's usually something technological, honestly. Mercury retrograde, child. But I document everything. You agree. He started walking at 10 months. The oldest is 12. He started at 9 months. So I mean, your name is Starcy Patty, so it makes sense. Child, you're out there making magical babies, child. Look at you, honey. You might not even have to work in the future, Starcy Patty. I'm just saying. Are teachers still considered essential workers now? That's a good question, Susan. I would think so, but I mean, I have to be honest with you all. I am a college graduate. I graduated with a college degree in 2016. I'm not going to tell you the school I graduated from because I'm not going to put all my tea out there. But I graduated with a college degree. And I would have to say, even in me graduating 10 years ago, I still feel like my college degree, even though now I'm working for myself completely and have been for the past 10 years, I would still say my college degree absolutely helped me with my business and what I do now, specifically marketing, the marketing aspect. Mind you, basically, I went to art school, but the kind of business art aspect of art school. So I understand both the business and the art aspect of the entertainment industry. Just saying. All right. You're an IT. You're a Capricorn. You would think I would. Yeah. You date, time, the number of breaths, document everything. Everything. Document everything. Period. Seriously. Document everything. All right, let's get more cards, you guys. What's the future of unemployment? The Two of Pentacles shows up. The future of unemployment rests on the future of the economies. So if the economy is suffering where you live, unemployment is definitely going to affect you, period. And the number one places I keep seeing, obviously, are America. I do also pick up the UK. I also pick up some like Eastern Asian or Asian countries. I don't know why I keep picking up Thailand, like Thailand. European countries as well, certain European countries, Middle Eastern, African, Indian, like it runs the gamut of the entire world, really. But it's not everywhere necessarily. But at the same time, everywhere is being affected, just not to the same degree. I go to school online, going on masters. Hey, Lamarr, long time. I finally caught your live. Hi, Ashley. And I do sell some of my homemade products. I have an EIN, but I have to stack up money to own my business to get an online store. But well, the good thing is that you have an EIN. The EIN is, I think, is a key factor. So that's a start. It don't make no sense how hard it is to get a job nowadays. I'm telling you, the hermit card, or not the hermit, the hangman shows up connected to local affairs, local travel, communication, higher knowledge, maybe not necessarily higher knowledge, but it could be intelligence, it could be information, how you share and process information. But the hanged man is not having all the facts or information. So there's a lack of transparency going on here. Interesting. Y'all, this is why I do these readings. They're not really telling us how bad it is. And I just heard trickle down effect. They're not telling us how bad it really is worldwide, and something about a trickle down effect is what I'm hearing. The Empress, though, shows up. The Empress shows up connected to home, family. We could see a rise in independent female-led businesses, which could be hiring. I do want to say some of these independent-led female businesses that are hiring may not pay well initially. This is going to be dependent on where you are in the world. But there's something about the promise of these businesses that are going to crop up now that have potential in the future to take off. So with that being said, don't be afraid of, how do I say this, Spirit? Give me the right word, Spirit, to say please and thank you. With that being said, don't be afraid to invest in startup companies at this time. Ooh. This might be the season of startup companies. And riding the wave of that startup company. But with that being said, some of you might have to take a pay cut, depending on where you fall in the ranks. Once again, we brought up that at the beginning of the reading. I'm saying we. Spirit must be talking through me. I feel like I'm partly in my body and Spirit's also partly in my body right now. So, with that being said, I mentioned that early in the beginning about that energy. But Ten of Wands shows up. Ooh. Ten of Wands shows up connected to purpose, connected to self-expression, connected to passion. You know, unfortunately, it's not the best time for following your passions. You know, for years it was follow your passions, follow your instincts, do what you really love. I don't think that's the season for that. I think this is the season of do what you have to do. I have a bachelor's and it means nothing. Exactly, Sonia. Period. Thank you. I have a bachelor's and it means nothing. I actually am talking. Oh, wait. I think he might watch my channel. Never mind. I think he might watch my channel. So, never mind. But it's someone I'm dating and talking to. So, but I feel like if I say the situation, he's gonna know who it is, and yeah. So I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, look, back to spirit taking over a little bit. All right. I don't think this is the unfortunately I don't think this is the season of following your passions. I don't think this is the season of following your instincts and doing what you love. If doing what you love isn't paying the bills, it's just not the time for that right now. You got to pivot. Chanel says, "Oh my God, I was about to take a risk." Kel Chanel, child. Well, I'm so glad that you are here to watch this live stream right now because it sounds like that may have been a risk you shouldn't, may have considered not taking. So, what can you do with $11 per hour, child? I'm telling you, you're a caregiver, but you're trying to get out of it. And Sonia, didn't you do a reading recently? I think Sonia did a reading recently. Hi, Chikia. Chikia just bought a reading recently too. Maybe I think Chikia, you got your reading a day or two ago. Um, I did spend the most of today doing bracelets, so I had to make not a lot of bracelets, but um, today was bracelets day. So, but it is Thursday, so luckily the rest of the day goes to reading. So, and I think never mind. What time is it, you guys? I'll worry about it when I'm done. I gotta focus on one thing at a time. Focus, spirit, part of myself take over. Focus. All right. You are speaking to me. Yes, Keisha. I work for one job now. Just picked up two more jobs because the bills are too high. Credit score is trash. Ashley, child. Education means nothing, unfortunately. Yeah, everyone's going through it. Seriously. You were going for your master's, but not willing to spend all your time doing it. You're doing caregiving because it's paying the bills. Exactly. You always watch. You love my vids. Oh, thank you, Kel Chanel. I appreciate that. Yes, waiting to get me a candle. You'll be in contact. You quit your other reader. I'm your go to now. First of all, thank you for that. Second of all, sorry to that man or woman. Child. Let me just leave that alone. All right. King of Cups shows up. Interesting. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, male facing the Ten of Wands. Interesting. I think we're going to start to see this unemployment situation and this unemployment increase wave we're going through. It's going to affect higher ups. It's going to affect possibly people we know and love. And it's not going to be until then that but this obviously is a man, so maybe it's a man we know and love, but it's not going to be until then that we recognize how bad it really is. This is Hollywood. This is also Bollywood. This is also Nollywood. Oh, you thought I didn't know about that? Did you? Everywhere is being affected. Everywhere is being affected, and every industry is being affected from the very top of the top to the bottom of the bottom. No shade, but you had to do what you had to do, child. Period, Ashley. Lionsgate coming. What should we do? I would say with this Lionsgate, absolutely doing open roads. Absolutely do maybe a good luck or a money candle. Set your intentions for love too, and like set your intentions for your future. Let this is about the future. The Lionsgate is also happening during a Mercury retrograde, but it doesn't really matter. Set your intentions for your future. Page of Pentacles is behind this King of Cups. Page of Pentacles generally represents millennials and Gen Z, if we're keeping it general. Then we get the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Swords, I'm sorry, facing the other way. A Knight is more so Gen X, baby boomer, and early millennial. Or some millennials, actually, as well. And maybe some Gen Z, too. I don't know. What's the future of this unemployment? Huh. I have to be honest with you all. I feel like over time, companies are going to value youth and seniority. They're going to value youth because youth is easily malleable, easily trainable, and easy to rise up the ranks, right? They're going to value seniority because seniority, they've been there for a long time. They're trustworthy. They've proven themselves time and time again, but they can train the youth. That means, once again, if you're in the middle, anywhere in the middle of that, you need to start finding your place right now. You need to start finding where you're an essential worker. If you're not youth, someone young, fresh, trainable, malleable, or someone that's a senior, or you have seniority, you need to start finding your place now. If you're someone where right now you still have your job, you're still good, maybe it's affecting you in some way, but you still have your job, you still have your pension or whatever it is, you're probably good. But everyone needs to figure out, how do I become an essential worker right now? Once again, Eight of Swords shows up connected to expansion, optimism. Unfortunately, job security may be obsolete moving forward. It's going to come down to, are you an essential worker? I'm telling you. If you are not essential, you are on the chopping block. That's one thing COVID taught the businesses and the CEOs, is essential working and essential workers. Six of Wands, connected to career, professional destiny, status in society, long-term goals, long-term aspirations. I feel like hiring companies are looking for your long-term goals. They're looking for, what are your long-term aspirations? Because once again, moving forward, these companies are going to be looking for the youth. They're going to be catering to the youth, because the youth eventually become the seniors, the ones with seniority, right? If you train them right. How do you train them? You train them by keeping the seniors as well, so that when the seniors retire and you retire them well with their pensions and whatever it is, right? The next crop of the up and coming, you've secured that. So you've secured your business and your company, most likely, because also remember, these young, youthful energy people, and when I say youthful, I want to say like under the age of 40, right? They lived through the pandemic, right? So, I was thinking about that the other. I had this same exact thought the other day, and once again, I'm. I guess you could say I'm a business. I've been running the show myself, but I'm slowly reaching the point where I can't run the show myself anymore. I'm reaching the point where I need an assistant. And I've talked to you all about this. I already know who the assistant's going to be. We're not going through that. But I saw something the other day, and this is so minuscule, and this is going to sound so like, but this is how my spirits and my brain works. I saw something the other day pop up on my YouTube. I didn't click the video to see what they were talking about, but I looked at the title, and it was how they were talking. It was drag queens talking about how they hated Labubu. I don't know anything about Labubu. Apparently, Labubu has some spiritual aspect behind it. But when I think about Labubu, I think about Beanie Babies back in the 90s and 2000s. How that was a big thing, right? And how even now in our 20s and our 30s, like we still hold a fondness for Beanie Babies. If we hear Beanie Babies, or Furbies, we're like, what, our ears are perked up, right? I thought about it and I was like, this is also my marketing mind. This is where my degree kicks in. I was like, I don't know if I personally, as a human being with my own brand or whatever it is, and also as a drag queen or whatever you want to call me, I don't know if I would publicly state that I hate Labubu, or I don't like Labubu, because how will that affect the young people now who do like Labubu, who in 10, 20 years from now are going to remember the fact that I said I didn't like Labubu? How is that going to affect things? You need to be open during this time. You need to be open to change. I know that seems like such a minuscule thing. It makes sense in my mind. Listen, I graduated with a degree in marketing, okay? So as a marketer, once again, I don't know if I would state that publicly. Could bite you in the butt later down the line, even if it's like a small thing. But it goes back to the youth. We have to take into account the youth. And yes, I'm talking about the little babies. One of the people in the chat were asking about getting their one of their kids a birth chart reading. The youth are the up and coming. They're going to be the ones who are going to take the reins in 10, 20 years. Right? So we do need to be looking to them and training them. Because in 10, 20 years, they're going to be the ones doing the hiring. Oh. So you need to secure your job and your position in the next 10, 20 years. That's the point I'm getting at. Does that make sense? Listen, there's a reason why I'm in the position I'm in, why I have been able to be successful, because this is how my brain thinks. Period. All right. The Hierophant shows up. Interesting. This could be divine rules and regulations. This could represent world leaders, specifically masculine world leaders. All right. Last card is the Ace of Wands. In this season of unemployment, you have to be action oriented. Okay. The thing about this season, this is not a good thing necessarily at all, but the thing about this season is it's difficult for everybody. Everybody's having to adjust. Everyone's having to figure out, recalibrate, reconsider, all these things. The good thing though is it's a good time to forge your path ahead. The thing with the Ace of Wands showing up is it shows up in the position of spirituality. You have the power to change your path by tapping into your spirituality. That's where your power of change is. You need to be lighting your candles. You need to be doing your readings or getting your readings, whatever it is you do, all right? Going to your Babaloas, going to your priest or priestesses, going to your psychics or whatever, hoodoos or whatever it is, going to your pastors, all right? Spiritual change, a spiritual shift is where you are the most effective in this season of unemployment. All right? And forging your own path. If you're noticing opportunities aren't showing up for you, you may need to forge your own path. Have you had thoughts about maybe being an entrepreneur? Have you had thoughts about moving in a new direction? Have you had thoughts about maybe going to school, investing in your education or investing in learning new skills so that you can apply those things in a certain direction, right? It's time to pivot. It's time to take life by the reins. It's time for you to take the wheel. We've let Jesus take the wheel for long enough. It's time for you to take the wheel now. I don't want to hear let Jesus take the wheel anymore. No, this is the season of you take the wheel. All right? Jesus has worked overtime. Jesus is tired, honey. Now, if you're going to call on anybody, call on your ancestors, call on your spirit guides. If you need to take a nap, sometimes we need to sit in the passenger seat and nap a little while someone else takes the wheel. I get it, right? But to rely on someone else to take the wheel completely, not going to work anymore moving forward. See, I would say something, but yeah, never mind. That would dig up some old tea that doesn't need to be resurfaced. But I hope this old YouTuber is doing well. I hope he's doing well. It seems like he's been doing well lately. I don't know. Anyway, and notice I said him, not her. Okay, don't even go there because I already know where y'all gonna go. Cabbage Patch back in the day. You have to keep up with your market exactly. Labubus are cute. I agree. I am a business exactly. The youth definitely knows what's trending for sure. We all need to be willing to expand in creativity. I agree. Sonia says, yes, I told my daughter she has to take care of me. I mean, if you take care of them, child, they'll take care of you. The kids are making the changes for the new future. Our babies are the best. I agree, Ashley. Showing up and taking accountability, period. Honestly, how much do we have left before they shut us down completely down? That's so true, Lamarr. Our ancestors are speaking, child, period. Okay, so let's see. Now that we got that, that was really good. Let's see how can we overcome this season of unemployment? How can we overcome this season of unemployment, Spirit? Give us some clarity and insight. How can we worldwide overcome this season of unemployment? I'm suddenly starving. I don't think I've eaten all day, but I mean, do I have to get that pang of hunger like that, child? Could you cut me some slack, stomach? I mean, maybe it's a probiotic I took. By the way, I've been taking daily probiotics. Make sure let's get into this real quick. Make sure you are healthy. Mind, body, soul. Take your probiotics. Take your daily supplements. Take your zinc supplement. Take your vitamin D. Take your daily multivitamin. Take your daily biotin. If you're having hair issues. All right? I'm just saying. Take your fish oil pills if you suffer from depression or anxiety. Mind, body, soul. You have to be healthy. You don't think when someone's doing an interview with you, they don't hear in your voice, they don't pick up certain cues in your voice? The inflections, the tone. Listen, as someone that is in the position of hiring someone, that's what I'm listening for. Trust I'm listening for that. If I'm ever doing a phone reading, or not a phone reading, a phone interview, to hire you, I'm listening for those types of things. When I ask you a question, I want to hear how you respond. I want to hear everything how you respond. Why did your voice go high when you said that? But those things are a factor, all right? And you have more control over those things when you're spiritually grounded, when you've cleansed your energy, right? When you're taking care of yourself. So that's why I'm saying take your supplements, take care of yourself in these things, all right? You started about working out because these diseases are coming back. Work out, and working out is so good for your mental health. It's really good for your mental health, not just your physical health, and your spiritual health as well. Sweating, moving your body, lifting weights, all that releases tension, releases energy that otherwise gets stored in your body. So yes, absolutely take care of yourself. There's a reason why athletes, actors, people in the entertainment industry, even when they're not working, they're still working in terms of taking care of their body, taking care of their mental health, taking care of their physical health, so that when they do get a job or land an opportunity, they're already ready. Period. Train yourself like an athlete or a top Bollywood, Hollywood actress or actor, or Nollywood, whatever, part of the entertainment industry you're a part of. All right. How can we overcome this unemployment situation? You know how we can overcome this unemployment situation? Become an entrepreneur. Become self-sufficient. Become self-sustaining. Start your own business. Start that business idea. You never know what it could become, and it also could be divinely inspired. First card that shows up is the Nine of Pentacles. Buy your fish oil. I love me some fish oil. I actually need to take my fish oil today. I also take krill oil too. But gut and brain connection is so real. Observe your colon. Don't sleep on what feels off or doesn't appear right. Exactly. Period. Observe your colon, child. All right. And as people of the LGBT community, we should already be doing that. There's certain people of the LGBTQ community and certain people of not the LGBTQ community, because we know some people. Let me not go there. Anyway, just saying. Four of Cups shows up. Interesting. Once again, the question is, how do we survive and overcome this unemployment situation? Four of Cups shows up connected to stability, money, finances. Four of Cups could be a card of feeling overwhelmed, feeling disconnected, not giving up. Remember, your current situation is not your final destination, because life is always moving, period. High Priestess shows up, tapping into your spirituality. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that on your own, if you don't have someone to do that, or if you don't have the capability to do that on your own, once again, find your Babaloa, find your pastor, find your bishop, find your saint, find your Orisha, find something to help you spiritually evolve and grow. One of the things that I was really into at the very beginning stages of my spiritual journey, before I even started my YouTube, was I was really into Tibetan study. Like I probably still have the book here somewhere. I need to look through my my list. I have so many books here, but there's a Tibetan book I was studying. I've actually been thinking about lately, but I never finished. But once again, maybe just going to the bookstore and finding a book that intrigues you, right? Here's the youth again. I think people underestimate how investing in the youth is investing in you. I'm always elated when you all tell me that, like, your kids, or your it's usually your kids, but I'm always elated when y'all tell me your kids respond to my videos or my songs. Cause it's like, oh, I'm affecting the youth. And it's like, these are like young kids, like 6, 8, 4, whatever it is, it's like something about me and my energy is responding, is connecting with the youth. So I'm already locked in there, if that makes sense. But it's like, I need to figure out what that is. What is it that they respond to? What is it that they love when they hear my song that makes them bop and dance? Like, invest in the youth in a healthy way, by the way. Keep it cute. Because y'all know I don't play with the youth either. Period. All right. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, female. Connected to purpose, self-expression, facing the World card. Interesting. Remember I was saying how I think moving forward we're going to see a lot of female-led businesses? I think we're just going to see females rise up the ranks in business, period. Which I am so excited for that. I think it's females. I think it's also feminine energy. I also get like trans as well with that. Don't be angry, okay? Please don't be angry. I think it's a female perspective nonetheless, though. The feminine perspective. Which I think after so many years and decades and centuries of the male perspective, I think it'll be a welcome change. I would hope. Starcy Patty says, my oldest be like, what you doing? He looks, oh, you looking at the card? I passed my spirituality on to my daughter. Yes. I'm convinced aging backwards is a reflection of the state that our spirit lives in. Interesting. I feel you. You're 50, but you look 25. Find your tarot reader. Find your tarot reader. Yes. But when I'm 50, I want to look 25. I do have to say I attract a lot of younger men, like 20, like in their 20s. Like I don't understand why, but it's very perplexing. But maybe it's like it's not just a physically youthful thing, it's an internal youthful thing. I think being internally youthful, like Mariah Carey, is being in tune with your inner child. Period. Having a good, healthy relationship with your inner child. I think that's what it really is. But anyway. Good evening. Shout out to Liverpool, Marie. He knows you used to do tarot too. He asked me, why don't you do it anymore? You told him you saw enough stuff to know you need a break. Child. My energy? Interesting, Sonia. Thank you for that. Yeah, child. Starseed, child. Sometimes you need a break, honey. Okay, how do we overcome this unemployment situation? The Hermit card shows up. I think, there's an energy of we need to stop relying on people to help find our way. Because even the CEOs, even the top of the tops, they're trying to find their way too. So this is a season of, give me the right words to say, Spirit. This is a season of yes, being able to laugh at yourself. Oh, that makes sense because I love to laugh at myself, child. I love to laugh, period. But I do love to laugh at my expense too. So, if there's a good laugh at my expense, I'll laugh too, child. Go within and reflect on the answers to our dilemma. Exactly. The people we attract often come with a lesson, or they come in to wake up something in ourselves that we are not aware of that is present. In peace or disruption, we're all teachers and students. Hi, the Dark Goddess Lilith. This is a season of leaders losing their way so that those underneath them can find their way. Catch that tea. That's what Spirit told me. When I asked Spirit to give me the right words to say, and I paused, and I was like, ooh, that's good, Spirit. Y'all thought I forgot what I said. No. My memory's sharp, honey. Spirit said this is a season of leaders losing their way so that those underneath them can find their way. It's time for you to find your way. The Hierophant shows up again. This comes down to change in a leadership scale, but change also on a masculine scale. In a weird way, this comes down to men have to change. And it's not a matter of men have to change for the sake of others. No, men have to change for themselves at this point. Especially if you're in a leadership position. Trump, Epstein, allegedly. Six of Swords. Don't be afraid to relocate. Don't be afraid to take risks or chances at this time. All right. Don't be afraid to do what you have to do either, right? But don't be afraid to relocate, take risks, take chances, step outside your comfort zones. Rely on others to help everyone get along, right? But this is a season of you have to be useful. This is no longer a season of just getting by, coasting by with minimal effort or no effort at all. No, you're going to have to put in work. So if you've been coasting by, in some way, shape, or form, if you've been, laying back and had your feet perked up, for the past several years, you about to have to get to work. Because everyone's going to have to pay their way. Everyone is going to have to. How do I say this, Spirit? Everyone's going to have to work for what you have. Eight of Swords shows up. If you can pay off your debts, pay off your debts. If you can avoid getting into debt, avoid getting into debt. Be mindful that over time, certain industries are going to also become more obsolete as well. Be open to multiple streams of income. Three of Swords shows up as the last card, unfortunately, which is heartbreak and disappointment. Understand that there are certain things that are going to be out of your control, but having multiple streams of income, paying attention to trending markets and market trends, specifically the market you are working in, all right? Not being afraid to invest in startups, not being afraid to invest in female-led businesses, all right? Not being afraid to start your own business. Investing in the youth. These are all ways you're going to be not being afraid to consider relocating, travel, stepping outside your comfort zone, taking a risk or a chance. These are all ways that you can avoid the unemployment crisis that is currently happening. Y'all, we've been here for an hour. I feel like I gave you my all. I feel like there's a song with those lyrics. I just can't think of one because I'm tired now. I feel like this was a pretty thorough reading. The changing of the guards, exactly. This is the season of leaders losing their way so that those underneath can find their way. Lamarr Townsend, thank you. Yes, period. Divine masculine and divine feminine. Traditional work life is over. We're moving into freelance and entrepreneurship because we won't have a choice. Exactly. What goes up must come down. The people in the government is getting very old. Stop being lazy. Yep. It's a new season, y'all. But I told y'all 2025 was going to be the year. And one of those, I don't remember even what reading it was, child, but I said in one of the readings, 2025 was going to be the defining year where this is officially the post-COVID era. I told y'all, predicted it. Welcome to the post-COVID era. We are officially in a new season. What's the final card? Remember, you all, I'm available for personal readings. creativity and abundance. It says, Dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and truly come into the fullness of who you are. It's a time for great creativity, giving birth to beloved projects, or becoming a parent. Follow your passion so that abundance and prosperity can manifest for you. Interesting. After I literally said, now is not the time to follow your passion, but notice how it's a female in this picture. Follow your passion if it's divinely guided. And we just might be entering the time of feminine energy, y'all. I don't know. All right. We'll have to see how things go. Once again, thank you all for being here. I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, an astrologer, and a medium. If you would like to book a reading with me, I am available, and I would love to read for you. I will catch you in your own personal reading, or I will see you in the next video. Either way, I will see you soon. Love and light. God bless. Bye, everyone. When I look in the mirror, I love who I see. My spiritual journey aligns me with my destiny. My ancestor spirit guides, they teach me how to fly. I just need a guy who will be my standby. When you're doing your best, you love what you see. Your higher self aligns you with your perfect destiny. Blessings and love to the Most High. I just need a guy who will be my standby. Stand by me and be humble when life tries to get you down. I'll stand by you when you crumble and you're feeling like you're gonna drown. Stand by me and be humble and life won't get you down. I'll hold your hand when you fumble and get out of this town. Stand by me and be humble when life tries to get you down. I'll stand by you when you crumble and you're feeling like you're gonna drown. Stand by me and be humble and life won't get you down. I'll hold your hand when you fumble and get out of this town. Stand by me and be humble when life tries to get you down. I'll stand by you when you crumble and you're feeling like you're gonna drown. Stand by me and be humble and life won't get you down. I'll hold your hand when you fumble and get out of this town. Stand by me and be humble when life tries to get you down. I'll stand by you when you crumble and you're feeling like you're gonna drown. Stand by me and be humble and life won't get you down. I'll hold your hand when you fumble and get out of this town.